Everybody shut up and action. The Attack on Titan ending was absolutely amazing. I mean, I don't know what the manga readers were saying. I mean, according to some of my friends, apparently the anime cut out a lot of stuff from the manga, but I don't know, man. But the anime ending was absolutely amazing. It comes full circle. I mean, I guess people would be pissed because, oh my god, Eren didn't end the world to protect his friends and family. Oh, everything has gone to waste. This ending is kind of dumb. This ending is kind of stupid. It's hard to understand. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. I haven't really read any criticisms on why people hate it. That's just my assumption on why people hate it. But, like, obviously, the Attack on Titan ending was never gonna be Eren ending the world. Even though, like, I went into the finale, fantasizing these situations of, oh my god, Eren's gonna crush his friends, kill everyone. Oh no, he's not gonna kill everyone after seeing the first special. He's gonna let his friends live. They'll try to stop him, but he'll let them live. Yet he'll still find a way to end the entire world. It's not gonna be 80% of the world that goes annihilated. It is 100% of the world that ends up. That's what I was hoping for going into it. I didn't want to see the friends die. I called them the Sinister Six. Sure, I was saying, yeah, I need them to die. I need them to die. I want to see them dead. I want to see them suffer. But no, like, I mean, I love those characters, bro. Like, the entire perspective of us watching this anime was us growing up with Eren, growing up with the Eldians, seeing their view of the world. Literally, our entire view growing up with this show is literally experiencing the world they are experiencing. So, of course, our perspective is going to be as though we're Eldian. We want the world to end so that we can survive. We want to protect our friends and family. We want it so that it's not that our efforts are going to waste. All our friends' sacrifices, the lives that were sacrificed to save all our friends and family in this fight against the Titans, which is now the fight against the Marlians and the world. We don't want those lives gone to waste. We want to live in peace, and until the world ends, we're not going to get to live in peace. But, like, obviously, we all have humanity in us, and, like, obviously, I think a lot of people were going to be like, that ending's not going to happen, Eren's not going to wipe the world, Isayama, he can't, like, as a human with morals and ethics, you can't write that kind of ending, and sure, that's one way to look at it, but, like, if you want to actually talk about the show and why it wasn't like that, it was foreshadowed right from episode 1. Like, the one scene that's been in my head through the entirety of the show is season 1, episode 25, I believe it is, where Eren's talking to the commander, the bald commander, and he's like, to Eren, they're having a discussion on top of the walls, walking, and they're like, 巨人に地上を支配される前、人類は種族や断りの違う者同士で果てのない殺し合いを続けていたと言われておる。その時に誰かが言ったそうな。もし人類以外の強大な敵が現れたら、人類は一丸となり争いをやめるだろうと。お主はどう思うかの？
そんな言い伝えがあるんですか？それは随分とのんきですね。あくびが出ます。
お主もわしと同じで品性がひん曲がっておる。
その強大な敵にここまで追い詰められた今でも一つになったとは言い難い状況だと思いますので。
ああ、そろそろ一つにならんとな。戦うことも難しいじゃろうて。
Oh, Eren, the only way humanity will ever come together is when there's a common evil for them to fight. Kind of like some kind of Code Geass type of ending. And you can find a lot of comparisons between Code Geass and Attack on Titan. And they're both amazing anime. I love Code Geass, I love Attack on Titan. But I love Attack on Titan far more than I love Code Geass. And the reason for that is because of the emotional attachment. Attack on Titan has far more emotional attachment to every character. The side characters, the lead character. I mean, Code Geass was amazing. I don't want to really compare these anime, but Lelouch was a really fun and character to watch on the screen, and I really loved him, especially at the end, especially his friend at the end. I loved the entire sequence where I was hating on his friend at the end of season 1 and loved his friend again at the end of season 2 or whatever. But, like, I love that anime, I love all the characters, but, like, I don't really feel as deep of an emotional attachment with them as much as I did with Attack on Titan. And I've only been watching Attack on Titan since 2021, and I've binged Code Geass in, like, 2 days. I finished Attack on Titan in like 2 days, and then was just waiting week by weeks with the season 4s and season 4 part 2 and the final season movies. But, like, the ending here, I don't really understand the hate at all. It's literally a full circle type of ending. It's a completely unexpected ending at all. Like, the entire ending with Eren getting rid of the Titans entirely, that wasn't even fathomable to me. Like, I felt like if someone was going to think of, oh my god, the Titans should just disappear. If we had that power, why should we euthanize with like Zeke? Oh, why should we end our euthanization and ability to have families? Like, don't we like we can live happy lives? But what if we want to start a family? What if that was our dream? Like, have a family with kids. What if we want to do that? We can't have kids anymore. Like, that's kind of dumb. That's unfair. We have lives we want to live too. Like, just because we were born Eldian, we shouldn't have lives to live. That entire ideal felt so stupid. And then like Eren just goes like, nope, I am the founder, I have the ability to do this. Bam! No longer do we have to be Titans. And what everyone who was siding with Eren saw happen was exactly what we all saw would happen. I mean, I feel like there was that little glimmer of hope. Like, oh my god, the Marlians were like, oh my god, the Parody people, they're actually coming to help us. They're fighting against the rumbling, even though it will save them and force us to all die. And they were just happy in that moment. There was that little bit of hatred between the soldiers until the commander there emptied his gun. But like, even then, we had that glimmer of hope where like, oh my god, maybe people were right. Even if Eren, if they defeat Eren, maybe the Marlians will learn to accept the Eldians. But no, the second they died, the Marlians turned their guns right to the Eldians. The rumbling is no longer a threat. We must eliminate the Eldians before they can use this. We must eliminate this threat, because it's not so much at that point, like, we know it wasn't so much the Eldians they feared, but so much the power. It's always been the power, and the Eldians were just hated because of the power. And now I feel like it's completely different to before, where they're not associating Eldians with the power. They just wanted to get rid of the power. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all, but like, it has like a completely different air around the scene. Like, I do feel there was some sort of resolution where all of a sudden, instead of being like it was before when we saw in internment camps in Marley, it was like, oh my god, you're a Marlian scum. Look at your armbands. But like, and like, they hated the Marlians because of the actions of the Marlians. I mean, not they hated the Eldians because of the actions of the Eldians with using their power. They always feared the power of the Titans, but they always associated Eldians and the power for evil. And now in this sequence here, they're like, oh my god, oh please prove you don't have the power. We must eliminate the power of the Titans. It's not so much they hate the Eldians. I feel like they were feeling sorry that they had to kill the Eldians, especially after seeing that the Eldians were fighting with them to prevent the Titans from killing the world, and seeing that they had humanity within them too. They are not evil, but like, they need to get rid of the power for their own well-being. They had the entire thing, as Eren did for the moment there, that we believed going into the season, where Eren wants to protect his friends and family, so he's willing to wipe out the world. And now they're willing to kill all these Eldians, even though they understand that they are humans too. They are not truly evil, and they want to kill them so that they can live peacefully with whatever remains of humanity. And then Armin proves to them that they are no longer, they don't have any of this Titan ability anymore. I was the colossal Titan, and I'm not transforming. I can't transform. If after you pointing these guns at us, if I'm not transforming, and I'm clearly not able, maybe he cut his hand off camera to show he wasn't able to transform, no lightning sparks, and showed his will, like, somehow, and they were able to believe him. Now the Marlians and the Eldians are at peace. Obviously, that doesn't change with the Eldians on Parody. They're going to keep that entire belief of, oh my god, we need revenge. Then, like, they had that entire sequence where I feel like neither party was going to start a war till the other party started it. But even if the Marlians don't start a war, like we saw in the credits, there's always going to be war associated with the humanity for one reason or another. Maybe some people across the world who survived in nations that didn't see Eren Yeager's Attack Titan, they were crushed by the rumbling, but like what was there, decided to declare war, not realizing that the Titan power no longer exist. Who knows? Like, there were probably the entire ending was really abstract and beautiful, leading to various different conclusions anyone can come to. Like, I mean, I don't really like abstract endings because they're not straightforward, but here it really made sense, and it was absolutely beautiful. Like, it was just beautiful. I really enjoyed it from the aspect that I didn't have to spend a lot of time thinking and try to understand it. It was just my conclusion from the perspective I was viewing from came to me inherently, and that's what I love that's the type of way I love watching movies, and I love how it appeared here. And I understand in different ways, like, oh my god, they didn't realize they don't have the power of the Eldians, so they declared war, or maybe Parody declared, I don't think Parody declared war, but like, maybe they attacked because they want to get rid of the power of the Titans, and they're not attacking anymore, so might as well wipe them out. But we do know that they weren't wiped out entirely. Both sides were just fighting with regular weapons. What little bit of regular weapons remained, Eren made sure that even if they went to war, they wouldn't be able to completely wipe out one another with what little weaponry remains after that entire incident. Because not only 20% of the world was left standing, very little of the resources were left back too, because the land itself was crushed. whatever resources they had, food, animals, trees, that was gone. So yeah, and then we saw in the credits that, oh my god, looking through time, oh, humanity builds itself up, then fights and crushes everything down, builds itself up more, crush, fight, violence. Suddenly, it's the nuclear power that we saw from the Colossal Titan replicated with the nuclear bombs and weaponry that humanity has come to recreate in the thousands of years beyond that, and everything Eren fought for to end, to protect himself, to protect his family. It will never die. It will never go out. And he's coming to that realization from, I think, mainly seeing how the Eldians on Paradis reacted, that they wanted war. Like, and they weren't wanting war for the same reason as Eren. They wanted, their war was more fueled so from revenge than it was to protect their friends and family. And yeah, so it's like, as Eren came to an understanding that as long as humanity exists, violence will continue to exist. There's this definite sort of being. There's just this force. As long as humanity exists, violence will exist. One cannot exist without the other for some reason. And as much as we would love for there just to be peace, even if Eren wiped the entirety of the walls, more conflicts will form just between the Eldians. Like, oh, who should have the power of the Titans? But that could be one reason. Maybe one day someone wrong gets the power of the Titans and wants to use it to force people into submission, steals all the power of the Titans, and for 13 years tries to rule and create some sort of dictatorship. Maybe someone just mindset changes, and with his last few years as the Titan power holder, tries to change the world, attack the world. Like, even if Eldians reproduce enough to populate the entire world, a sort of semblance of violence will continuously exist between the people. Like, you saw the entire classism sort of thing between the royalty, Historia's father, and wanting to kill Eren. Like, they just the differences between the lives of the people on the outer edges of the wall and the inner royalty sort of area, the noble people. Like, there will always be some sort of difference that will lead to some sort of violence, people wanting power over one another. And that's kind of what I'm getting from this anime. And like, there's so many other things you can probably get that I haven't thought enough to, because like the ideas I'm conveying right now are ideas I'm just having implicitly, inherently understanding from just watching this anime once or twice, or in the finale just once. Just, this is me everything understanding once and conveying my ideas right now, just speaking it out loud. If someone else wanted to view another thing, and maybe if I spend time thinking about this more deeply, I will understand a lot more as well. And the entire anime's deeper points, like, there were a lot of abstract sort of things too. Like, it takes you a minute, like, just thinking back to try and understand it. Like, the entire sequence where Eren was seemingly at peace talking with Mikasa on the hill. That's abstract. Like, I mean, it took me a whole minute after the show to try and come to an understanding. And the understanding I came to was that Eren created another timeline through the paths, or something, or maybe an alternate reality through the paths of some sort, where that one key scene, like, I know, when I say I theorized this, I don't mean like I created the theory, obviously. I just know that when I watched that sequence, I had a theory that this is like a key sequence. If Mikasa didn't, like, when they were looking over on the edge of the people, when they were they visited Marley as a group, when Mikasa talked to Eren, she didn't confess his love to him or say something different. She said something he expected, and as such, he went on and believed that everything he saw in his vision was true. If Mikasa said something different, things might have become different. And the different in that alternate reality was that Marlians were going to attack either way. Genocide was going to occur either way. Either it could have been Eren protecting his friends and family and the sacrifices of the people in the Scout Regiment and the people before him who fought to protect the people within the walls. He could cause genocide to protect all that, or he could allow Marlians to slaughter all his friends and families while him and Mikasa live somewhere off the grid and just together live in peace and harmony. But like, either way, genocide was going to happen. It was a sure certainty. It's just, which side do you want committing genocide? And yeah, honestly, it's dark. It's the truth, but. Yeah, and then there's another alternate. With Armin, it's still a little fuzzy to me. The entire ending, like the second half of the final finale, when it got deep into the abstract, it felt really rushed, and not really rushed. It just felt slightly rushed in a way that it made it really complex and difficult to follow at times. But like, it was still beautiful. Like, you understand the key things that the scenes were trying to tell, and that's why I still like it. But like, I feel like if they gave the finale an extra half an hour, they could have fleshed that entire understanding of Eren coming to the understanding that humanity and violence will always go hand in hand, and that his entire goal of being a sacrificial lamb was gonna be for naught. It's just a suicidal mission that won't lead to anything. Maybe actually it didn't lead to anything. It did lead to something with Parody actually being able to survive with a group of with the Parody having its military people, and then his friend groups still surviving, and the Marlians not declaring war anymore. They got to live full lives. His friends did the way he wanted. Wars did happen, but they were able to survive. All parties were able to survive. Humanity was still continuing and able to thrive. But at the end of the day, violence still maintained no matter what people did. And in that sense, he wasn't able to eliminate violence, and he understood that. He called himself an idiot for it, and damn, like, it is just a painful anime to watch, and it's just painful in the themes it's conveying, and it's just a harsh truth. Honestly, it was just such a beautiful ending, and I know I'm skimming over a lot, but like, this is just me ranting about my thoughts after watching the finale, and honestly, I was just so teary-eyed watching the finale, because when that entire sequence happened where Connie and Jean were about to turn into Titans and they had their arms around each other, like, the past year before the final season part 1, I've been going through this thing where I'm like, oh my god, I need, like, when I'm watching this anime, I was going through the perspective as if I'm an Eldian myself. I was part of the scout regiment. I was a part of Aaron's team in the training like, I was one of the people they cared for and wanted surviving and whatnot, because that's how immersed I was into this anime, and that's how I felt. Like, the perspective the anime showed us growing up was as if we were Eldians amongst them, amongst the scout regiment, amongst Aaron, one of his peers, going into the battle with him. And that's why everything hit different, and that's why when I was there with I was like, okay, yeah, Aaron, let's protect our friends and families, let's protect the sacrifices of everyone before us, let's ensure that we will all survive. And I was like, oh my god, these are the Sinister Six, why do they get a hero entrance? It was badass, don't get me wrong, but like, why are they getting a hero entrance? And like, every moment it's like, why are they getting a hero entrance? Why are they being worshipped as heroes? They are traitors. We need to stop them. They need to die. They need to die. Otherwise, everyone, as much as I don't want them, that they are my close friends, they need to die in order to protect our friends and families and our futures. And yet, seeing that sequence, seeing Hanji's sacrifice, it's like, no, please don't kill yourself. Please, I want you to live. I want you to thrive. I want you guys around with me in the future. It was some of the most difficult sequences to watch, and then like, you get that huge sense of relief. Like, there are so many losses. Sasha, Hanji, they were lost for sure. But seeing Connie and Jean's armor on each other, turning into pure Titans, and then coming back, honestly, that was one of the most relieving episodes. Like, it was one of the most difficult things to watch, was their connection together, turning into Titans, and the relief you feel when they turn back to human because of what Eren did. Oh my god, that was unfathomable sort of ending. Like, I was just constantly thinking of, I don't know how it could possibly end, but the idea of turning humans back, to just removing the power of the Titans, and then Eren even told Connie that he'll turn his mom back into human somehow. I don't remember if that was after he's got the medal and saw everything in the future, or if it was before. I think it was before, but like, he knew it would happen somehow. Maybe he had a vision somehow beforehand, but like, he knew it would happen, and he kept his promise to his friends that they will get to live fulfilling lives, and everyone's just sad that, oh, you won't be able to, you idiot. And even Annie, Reiner always had a connection with Eren as being sort of parallel to him, but like, even Annie, someone who's always cold-hearted, to like, had a sense of being cold-hearted, even though she kind of liked him in the sense of as a close comrade, like, even she felt pain of Eren having to sacrifice himself, because they were all tight friends. They were all a good friends group, and oh my god, this ending was just sad. Like, it's just the sad truth of reality. And honestly, I fell in love with this show. The entire ending was beautiful, connecting everything full circle, and an ending I did not expect at all. It's not a happy ending per se with everyone surviving, but in a sense, it is the happiest ending that was possible at all, yet it's completely tragic. And when I say happy, I mean the happy in the sense that as many of the people of the friend group survived as possible. And honestly, I just love this ending. I think, though, actually, the only reason I think anyone could call it bad is because they didn't this is just me saying the complete obvious. It's bad because you don't like it. It's good because you like it. It's just good because you like the ending, in the sense of, it's something surprising. It's an ending you didn't see coming. It's an ending that kind of has Eren reflecting on reality and realizing nothing he does will come true. Like, we don't have to witness genocide. At the end of the day, humanity thrives through, like, you see that as cold-hearted as you are and as cold-hearted as you're willing to be to protect humanity, causing genocide and wiping the entire world just to protect everyone, your humanity will pull through in a mild sense, making you realize, what will this change? Will anything really change? Will your family be safe from the other people you're saving? Like, it just goes deep into making you realize, like, I don't want to kill people. Like, I want to protect my family, but I don't want to kill people. I'm only human too. I can't stand the thought of killing people. It's putting that thought in you, and even as cold-hearted as you want to be, there's always a sense of humanity in you that you don't want to kill. It's just that if you don't kill, they'll want to kill you. If you've ever seen those graphics on social media of the two soldiers on the hill who are like, I don't want to hurt him, but he wants to hurt me, and both people have the same thought, and they're killing the other when the other doesn't want to kill him, and it's just really tragic. It's sad, and the reason I think it's amazing is because it comes full circle. It might not be the ending we all wanted, because we all have that a lot of people who wanted Eren to wipe out the world had that cold-hearted attitude in mind, and maybe it's the complex ending at the end that it was really complex to understand, so maybe a lot of people didn't understand it. I don't want to hate on them or call them dumb or anything, but like, maybe it was difficult to understand, like, a lot of it, but like, if you were paying attention, it should be inherently, the key points should get to you, which is what makes it easier to understand. Like, it could have been done better in a sense to like be more fleshed out and simplistic to understand, but because it took a more artistic point of view, maybe that's why I don't like artistic sort of movies, so like, I can get why it was difficult for me to follow, and why a lot of people might not like it if they find it difficult to follow as well. If they took a little more time to flesh everything out and make it more simplistic, I think a lot of people would have understood the key points and kind of understood on a deeper level and made an understanding that, yeah, this is how everything should have ended, this is how it was foreshadowed from the start, and this is how it should end, and it was a beautiful ending. I just genuinely feel like even if they understand it, they didn't understand it to a deep enough level, and maybe that's why they don't like it. I don't know. This was just me ranting. I thought it was a beautiful ending. If someone wants to explain to me why people really do hate it, let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.